Hello students. In the last video, I had stopped at this slide. The Government of India enacted the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1993 and established a uniform system of Panchayat Raj institution throughout the country. The act conferred constitutional status to the Panchayat institution. Now let's discuss the key features of Panchayat Raj system. As per the Act, a three-tier system was adopted. Zilla Panchayat at the district level, Taluk Panchayat at the Taluk level, and Gram Panchayat at the village level. So, the chart looks like this: Panchayat three-tier systems with Gram Sabha as the foundation. The second key feature is elections are held for different posts at all levels directly through voting. You have studied this process in your 8th standard in the lesson Local Self-Government. This is one such hierarchy of different posts. You can see Panchayat Director, Additional Panchayat Director, then we have Joint Director at the administration level and Joint Director at the developmental level, and so on. The next key feature, as you can see, is there is a reservation of seats for SCs and STs, backward class and women in all the appointment and elected posts. The Panchayat members have freedom or privilege to share the major financial and administrative responsibilities, and also in preparing budget. Budget means making an estimation of expenditure, and audit. Audit means checking the account requirements. There is provision or arrangement made to provide help to the staff members or officials in the execution of all the functions. And lastly, a strict method or procedure is followed in case of dissolving or in avoiding the Panchayat process, and it is mandatory or compulsory to conduct elections within 6 months of dissolution. Now, Karnataka state has 30 Zilla Panchayats, 176 Taluk Panchayats, and more than 6,022 Gram Panchayats. Role of Panchayat Raj institution. Panchayat Raj institutions play a key role in enabling the rural people to participate in rural development. So they will participate in their own village development. It is a responsibility of Panchayat Raj to plan and execute the development programs of the region with the help of the people there. So the pictures here, they show how the programs and policies are made. It creates self-employment by giving them wages. So different kinds of programs are undertaken, which we will discuss in the coming slides. Major schemes of rural development can be broadly grouped under 3 heads, that is poverty alleviation or removal of poverty, livelihood security, which means providing employment or job to rural people, and public amenities, that is providing basic facilities. Let us discuss what they are. Now, this is the main objective of the rural development. It can be classified into economic dimension, human dimension, science and technology, resource environment, political dimensions. All these have to be taken care in the development of rural areas. Now, as we all know that agriculture is seasonal, and seasonal work which is not definite, and it depends upon monsoon. Therefore, they suffer in poverty due to seasonal employment. Therefore, various programs are undertaken to provide employment to them. Through these schemes, the rural people are provided jobs in the developmental work of their own village. These are some of the names of the programs I have jotted down. Integrated Rural Development Program, which was brought in 1978. Then Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, 1899. Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. It is called as Golden Jubilee Rural Self-Employment. All the names itself are self-explanatory. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana. Then Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Schemes. These are some of the schemes where the people are given employment by giving them work in the development of their own village. This is one such program. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. It is called as MGNREGS. It is one such program in which under this scheme, people are given employment for 100 days. You can see here, 100 days in a year, guaranteed salary or labor in the development of works of their own village, like construction of dams. These are the works they do. Construction of, this is well they are constructing, dam they are constructing. Then they are involved in making canals, and here brick construction work is given. So here 100 days employment is given in a year for each family within 5 kilometers of their residence within 15 days from application on local development project. If the government is not able to give them employment, then wages are given, which is the promise given to them, and wages are given for 100 days in a year. Now, apart from adopting poverty alleviation and livelihood schemes, various schemes for community development, they are called as community services, are undertaken. Then basic facilities, here this is human resource development. I have already told you, under basic facilities, roads, drains, drinking water, street lights, toilets, schools and hospital buildings, market yards, etc. are constructed. Through encouragement of primary and middle school education, adult education and vocational or technical training is also given. Then expansion of health and hygiene facilities are given, and veterinary dispensary for their animals are also given, and market link roads are also constructed for them. So through all these, panchayats have also attempted to develop human resource. So all these education, vocational, health, hygiene, all these are the programs undertaken under human resource development. Now, you know, all the schemes of rural development are planned by Grama Sabha during its opening meeting. So as soon as the elections are over, a meeting is conducted and all the plans and the programs are charted down. Gram Sabha is an important body of Gram Panchayat. It is compulsory to conduct Gram meeting at least once in 6 months. Then these are some of the, I have already told you, all the schemes of rural development are planned by Gram Sabha during its opening meeting. Gram Sabha is an important body of Gram Panchayat. It is compulsory to conduct Gram meeting once in 6 months, and all the adults who are in the voters list of the village are the members of Gram Sabha, and all developmental schemes are decided in Gram Sabha itself. Now these are, I have put some of the slides to show what are the programs which are undertaken in the improvement of rural development. This financial assistance is provided to BPL household in rural areas for constructing their houses. Then you have some developmental programs like Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. It is designed for housing people, for housing. Then Indra Awas Yojana. This is also independent scheme of providing grants for housing construction. Then National Slum Development at the town level. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is housing scheme, and Atal Ashraya Yojana. These yojanas are providing houses for shelterless people. Then you have social welfare scheme. Under social welfare scheme, this is a logo of social welfare in India. All in one, all about. So programs like midday meals, educating people, making India, digital India, Then Skill India, imparting them some skill programs are undertaken, and Government of India undertakes this social welfare scheme. Under public distribution system, under social welfare scheme only, public distribution system is there. You can see the supply of food grains is taken to the poor, and old people, disabled people, widows, mentally retarded people are taken care by social welfare programs. Now, women, Gandhiji said, if you educate a boy or a man, you educate a person. If you educate a girl, you educate the family or the society. That is the importance Gandhiji gave for women empowerment. Therefore, lot of women empowerment programs are taken. Rural India is also taking many measures in this field through self-help group. Proper encouragement can be given to empower and educate women and make them productive. See here, education is going on, some training program, all these training job is given to them. Now, more employment opportunities through nurturing the rural productive activities of agriculture, cattle rearing, poultry, fishery, social forestry, etc. Then irrigation can be expanded by undertaking construction of ponds and tanks, desilting them regularly, maintenance of minor irrigation works. Then rural and cottage industries can be improved. In all the above activities, Panchayat Raj institution play a significant role and bring about an overall development of rural areas. I have put slides to explain these areas. You can see. Yes. So, more employment opportunities through nurturing the rural productive. Here you can see cattle rearing, poultry, fishing, and cattle rearing, and social forestry is this one, and improving the agriculture. Irrigation facilities through wells, dams, canals, and sprinklers. So this has to be improved. Now, in all the above activities, Panchayat Raj institution play a significant role and bring about a overall development of rural India. So, with this, I have completed the lesson. Hope you have understood it. Very interesting lesson. You should go through the slides again and again and read the lesson and make points, children. I have framed a few questions for you. Please answer them. List the different levels of Panchayat Raj institutions. Discuss the role of Panchayat Raj institution in the development of rural India. The Gram Sabha is an important body of Gram Panchayat. Substantiate. How can employment opportunities be provided to the rural people? Name any 3 housing programs, poverty alleviation programs. These are very important questions. Please answer them and make notes of them. Let's build Gandhiji's India. Be the change that you want to see in the world. This is the famous slogan of Gandhiji. Keep smiling. Thank you. Keep learning. Good day.